Hey, everybody. One of those days. The only thing that I've accomplished thus far, I've had a tiny bowl of ice cream, I've had a few cookies, and a few candy corns. Kind of out of character for me. So I'm asking myself, when I do something out of character, what's up with that? Is there something that I need to learn from or grow from? Am I trying to alleviate stress? Am I trying to alleviate boredom? Trying to escape something? Feel better about something in the moment? And why am I avoiding some things that actually would make me feel better, not only in long term, but better in the moment? So, anyways, as I finish up my candy corn, I was thinking about this, like being a small metaphor for I wish things were the way they used to be, you know? And we think about this a lot during this pandemic. I think about it a lot when people say that because what way did it used to be? Now, for the people that have passed away, the people that are suffering with COVID-19, people that can't be with loved ones during COVID-19. Oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. And we fall into that small realm of just can't be with people we want to be with. And then there's the activities you can't do. And then there's the precautions, extra precautions, and the extra expenses and all of that involved. So, in that regard, yes, for most across the board, life was probably easier prior to COVID-19. Well, when we heard about it in March, but in the USA it was probably January that it started hitting, folks. Um, anyways, I always think about like for some people it's always been hard. There are populations that this just makes it worse, intensifies, exasperates conditions. Mm, you see what I'm saying? So with some people never had good old days. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You notice I was noticing my teeth are smaller, shorter because I don't have a mouth guard yet, and I'm grinding my teeth. So they got little chips coming out of them. Oh, not! I had that happen before. Definitely got a mouth guard, so hopefully get mine next week as planned. But anyways, getting back to the topic, and Roy says a lot, oh, da 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 da, and we used to have, people didn't worry about that in this decade, or when we were da 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 da, and then I'm like reflecting and thinking, yeah, but then we had to worry about that or this or that. It all depends on your specific situation. If it's already challenging to have an issue, this huge pandemic rather, um, it intensifies that matters. Okay, so say like you're already in poverty, this is probably going to leave you more impoverished unless some huge stroke of luck. I know folks were worried about, I guess some people get extra unemployment if they thought they should have gotten. Oh gosh, all the power to them. They're keeping us divided between the haves and the have-nots. That's what America is, the haves and the have-nots. Every time I see a small guy getting a break, unusual, something happens. I don't know. I'm like, "Ooh." I hope you that feel that way about us because we're little small people too, all the way around. Because we're like what do they call us now? The 98%. There are huge profit machines happening now, though. Bezos and Amazon, Walmart. Um, not the little guys; it's all the big guys really making out with this pandemic. Holy cannoli! You think that some things could be lowered because their profit margin is so exorbitant, or make all deliveries, free or something. I don't know. You know. I know I often think of that like give an example. I was talking to Roy yesterday, Kim Kardashian has been facilitative in I believe two prisoners getting pardoned, with that were unlawfully prisoned or unfairly, unlawfully and or unfairly sentenced for, long duration of years. They should be compensated. Perhaps think about that one. Um, Yet, I said, in the scheme of things, I don't know her personally. I don't know what, but like the glamorous and expensive lifestyles the whole family lives. I mean, why not? Like, I don't know. Like, who knows? He could do so much more. I don't know. It sounds judgmental, I know, but and people that like are huge capitalists, they think, oh, why should the rich people give to the poor? They earned it or whatever. We have a responsibility to our fellow man to improve the quality of life for others. I'm not saying that if you make 100,000, you should give 50,000, so you can only live on 50,000, and your neighbor it doesn't have anything, give them 50,000. But you know, um, sow those seeds. And I know Roy was commenting on Bill Gates. He's going to leave his children, I guess, 10 million. Of course, he's a multi-billionaire, and it's going to. He said that's a lot of money. I go, well, I guess relatively speaking, when you're as a multi-billionaire, 10 million is not. Whereas if we got hold of 10 million, not only would we have no debt, okay, we could have our savings built up again, you know, get my student loan paid off, get out of other debt and bless, 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 bless. That's what we would do, you know. Uh, I guess I struggle with like, how many yachts do you need, Betsy DeVos? Or, how does that bring happiness? Can you imagine like like say they say that if I guess every billionaire, whatever, gave everybody 100,000 a year, they'd still be billionaires in America. Can you imagine? I'm not trying to make people lazy because I think sometimes there's a misunderstanding about that. Gosh, people just need help up. It's not about being lazy. Come on. I see like two people working two, three jobs around here just to make ends meet, making 7 something an hour at one, 9 at another. Oh, and they just might be lucky making 10 at another or something. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, you know, if being lazy is synonymous with being poor, I mean, look at those women you see in like in other less industrialized countries carrying every day the water, on the job, weaving and doing this and working in the fields and da 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 da, da everything else. I don't know. I just think it would bring so much joy, so much happiness. I can't wait to get, I believe in heaven and I don't know how it's going to be, but wouldn't it be great to get up there and people that suffered were up there having a whoop whoop party, got that new healthy body. My body's been bad to me lately. Mm, yeah, it's interesting because I really have tried to take care of myself my whole, since I've knew enough to take care of myself. Probably really came into that prior to going in the Air Force, maybe. So, I mean, physically, like eating, exercising, and stuff like that. Um, for the most part, and I always try to do what had to be done. Get to the eye doctor, get to the doctor, get to the dentist, breast exams, wellness exams, stuff like that. Try to get my sleep. Struggle, 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 struggle. But but that doesn't guarantee that life isn't going to throw those curveballs. I just hope I'm in a better situation to, you know, bat them back. That's what it's about. If I were to go on Facebook every day and tell you what I really feel physically, talk about boring. Hmm. Anyways, okay, so this is really a hodgepodge. Look at me. So I got my robe on, trying to get warm. Got a little bit of a chill. Helped Roy, study. He had a huge, horrible exam. Better him than me. I just cannot do that stuff anymore. And they time them, and you're like, or, throw in essays, multiple, just a variety of format of questions. It's like, oh God, I'm over that. I don't get envious of that at all. He's so dedicated, so committed. Between that, his channel, taking care of me, the house, the animals, we do all that together as much as possible, of course. Keeping him young, I guess. Okay. I wanted to say a little bit more about Chris Watts case that I was talking about. First of all, let me say I when I speak in error, I like to correct myself in case you haven't noticed. Shanann, which was the wife that was murdered by Chris Watts in August 2018, she was actually strangled. She wasn't smothered. And what the theory is that he came up, she came in late, exhausted, pregnant, crawled in bed. He was already sleeping downstairs because they were talking about separation, I guess. The theory is that he waited till she fell asleep and somehow got her bound in the sheets and strangled her through the sheets. That's why there isn't like the defensive wounds on her. And I guess it was just only one, one throat, whatever. I just wanted to correct that. Um, Anything else I want to say about that? Okay. I guess this is it. So I think I mentioned how he still thinks of himself as a good person, despite. Now, what has occurred, I think over the last year, the victim's family, grandma, grandpa, uncle, I don't know if there were any other members, being harassed by people that get in. There are people that get enamored with serial killers and these type of people. They get enamored, soulless people. They get enamored with them, and supposedly that's where that's sprung from. He might be doing some, I don't know, speculating, from behind the scenes, instigating that. I'm sure he's like smiling about it. But I don't know anybody. Well, this is what I wanted to get to. How can anyone be happy destroying a soul? Let me see if I can find it. I know I'm speaking kind of low because my energy is, and I guess I'm matching my energy. Um, Something about um, da 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 da. Oh God, I don't know where I put it, loves. Oh, well, this goes along with him. As a child, I never imagined that all of the real monsters in the world would be humans, right? But conversely, all the angels as well. Got a battle going on here, don't we? I tell you, and one thing that I was watching more, like about the case. This is me, and I mentioned this in another video. I get intrigued with certain topics, and I will delve until I've exhausted, and then I just close the door. Because the next emotional intelligence information or disorder, I guess I should say, that I want to discuss is phobias. I want to talk about phobias. Okay. Um, so anyways, I can't find it, but it's something I can't find it. I won't even try to remember. I'm 65, remember? But this I did I'm switching from them, but from that, but and all of you are probably just closing up on that topic. You're probably aware that there are going to be people in the world that get enamored with that type of horrible human being. Um, okay, so I know I talked quite a bit about little girl speak. Okay, God, mm, listen to this. You can stand in the darkness for as long as you need to. I'm not going anywhere. I am right here with you as we fight this fight. I am standing here waiting to take your hand and walk with you back into the light. Mm-mm. Wouldn't we do that for all of our children, all of our loved ones? You know? Hmm. You know what? This next quote that, well, she wrote it. The next excerpt that she writes, I'm going to share with you in a minute. But I listen to. I mentioned this in another video. If you look, I listen to three economists every day, and this is why I probably never get bored because I've always got something I want to learn about. Um, Anyways, The American people are collateral damage, essentially. That's why both parties won't come together on an agreement to help hurting Americans. Can you believe this? I mean, they got one $1,200 thing, like, what was it, May or something? And now we're going into November. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to tell you, I totally believe they just want people out there working, whether they die or not. That's collateral damage. That's not that's collateral damage. Get out to work, regardless. Put your families at risk. It don't matter. Stop whining. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, y'all. Okay. And this is his poem. She was nothing more than collateral damage when it came to him. She was a prisoner of a war that never should have been. I'm not that scary little girl anymore. I'm not a vulnerable kid. I'm a force to be reckoned with, a hurricane wrapped in human skin. Is she not amazing, y'all? I just realized I didn't turn on the light. Well, I got a backlight on, but oh well, too late now. Ooh, listen to this one. If I were you, I would be less afraid of the sword and more afraid of the soul who's standing behind it. That's so empowering. Oh, close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath. Now exhale as you listen to these words that I speak. You are loved. You are seen. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for, and you are going to win this thing. You know, oh, here's another one. I refuse to ever settle again for someone who has to destroy me first in order to realize what I'm worth. There's so many. Oh, and I'll share more in the future, but I have two adult grand girls. For whatever reason, they're not in contact with us. Anyway, courage to heal. You know, Honeybee, we used to call her Honeybee. That's Amaya. She would call me. We'd get in long conversations, and she seemed to really appreciate my feedback and advice. And even the stepmom did, and her stepmom there, which would be Al's partner, the dad's partner. You know, I don't know. Something went awry. I have no idea. You know, Sometimes we're never going to get the answers because they don't have the answers, perhaps. It's not really about us, you know? It's between you and you. In other words, that battle's going on is between Amaya and Amaya, Adrian and Adrian. Whatever they're going through is between themselves, but it does spill over. And if you love someone, it's hard not to take personally how you're treated or, you know, conversely mistreated, perhaps. Um, I thought Adrian and I were making progress, and something happened, that she wasn't honest about. So, anyway, value your elders, value the people that have invested in you. You don't have to hurt people to move on. You don't have to hurt people to, you can still include them in your life. It's like there's everything's not black or white. It's like we want you to fly, we want you to succeed, do your thing, but be kind as you do it. I remember with everything we were going through, and I Ray and I moved. I think I was like, God, I was in my senior year. Him and I went and got an apartment. Like we're from Vernon Center, and we got in New York, and we got an apartment in Stockbridge, New York. I think we only lived there a couple months, but anyways, Dad was out visiting Michigan, the eldest, Judy, and he said I left and I came back, and you had moved out, you know. But I came back to check on, my other siblings and to do things or help out and visit, and no hard feelings. I mean, you're living your journeys, young people. We're just here to, just here to love you and support you. And, you know, it's harder as we get older when you realize I told Roy, I am not going in a nursing home. I don't know what, and I'm not going to put you in one. So I don't know what we're going to come to. That's the other reason why, gotta get this thing addressed, gotta eat more healthy, Mary. I'll get there. I always do. You know, be in a better position no matter what comes about. Because we all know, if you have excess weight, your cholesterol goes up, okay, your triglycerides can go up, your blood pressure can go up, you can't move as easily. Um, and I have so many other things going on physiologically, whether it's my chronic diseases or it's my joint bone issues, circulatory issues. I cannot afford to be overweight. Literally cannot. That would just, decimate me, if I really got overweight. So, pandemic. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna go. Uh, for the weekend, like tomorrow's Halloween, we're gonna go out to Kathy and Bob's, help with a little something, and then have a nice little catch up, and then come back and we have our candy. Roy said, "Do we get like thongs and like drop it in there?" We haven't figured out how we're gonna deliver it. We'll have our mask on, of course. We'll just see who comes or doesn't come, but okay. I mean, it's like every holiday. Every holiday is different, anyways. Think about it. They're never the same. Just meet them where they're at. Love you. Meet yourself where you're at. Bye.